We live through times when hate and fear seem stronger. We rise and fall and light from dying embers, remembrances that hope and love last longer. And love is 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 love, cannot be killed or swept aside.
There were a number of school counselors and teachers walking with the students, and they decided for safety to move across the street to Grant Park. They're loud, they're peaceful, and they're angry.
He says all Mexicans are criminals and all Mexicans are rapists and all that, so that he's going to deport all of us?
Billionaires should not be driving the public school agenda.
On this vote, the yeas are 50, the nays are 50. The Senate being equally divided, the Vice President votes in the affirmative and the nomination is confirmed.
We will organize to pass the extension of Prop 30, now called Proposition 55. At stake is over $700 million annually for Los Angeles. We will be involved in massive precinct walking and phone banking. We are thrilled to be launching UTLA's first paid media campaign, public relations campaign in years. We must lead the struggle for a sustainable public education system. In these times, we will continue to stand unwaveringly for racial and social justice. This year, we must have stone-cold, honest conversation with our coworkers and get them to invest more in their union and in themselves. This time, into our political action fund, PACE. In support of funding community schools and building charter accountability.
It's called the Community Schools Model. 10 groups make up the new coalition, including LA Unified's main teachers union. It's called Reclaim Our Schools LA, and they do plan to meet with LA Unified officials in the coming months.
We will initiate a systematic process to identify priorities for our full contract bargaining in 2017-18. Through school site chapter meetings and collective surveys, and through input from committees to address class size, health and human services issues, educator development and support, and the crucial area of special education. We will continue our tradition of providing trainings and ongoing support for school site organizing.
One day before Trump's inauguration, and a powerful message from educators right here in LA. Teachers, students, and parents held these rallies this morning as part of a national day of action. Organizers say they're really concerned about Donald Trump's rhetoric and his choice for Secretary of Education, Betty DeVos. They say the rally was to protect students and schools from anti-immigrant proposals and attempts to privatize public education.
State legislation is fundamental to stopping Broad Walmart and challenging Prop 39 co-location.
Every school needs to be held to the same standards of accountability. It is the students who suffer when their charter school is abruptly closed due to financial malfeasance or when the FBI comes a-knocking at their door. I have 2 Celerity schools in my district. And if we had my bill, AB 1478, we would know right now what's going on in those 2 schools.
I don't want this charter, what I've Googled and what I've heard about the charter, I don't want that to happen to this school, for them to come actually to the school and take part of our kids' programs away.
That's why I have AB 1478, is because we need to find out transparency and accountability of how that money is being spent.
We will continue to build a movement for state legislative change regarding the unregulated growth of charters.
I want to welcome you to this press conference and rally to support Assembly Bill 842, which seeks to create a statewide framework for community schools. I want to thank those for joining us today, showing your support on this important issue.
In support of funding community schools and building charter accountability. Coordinated bargaining across the state could have a huge impact. We will be developing coordinated bargaining across our UTLA-represented charter schools, driving for higher standards across the board. We must face off against the billionaires again in the school board elections.
In all, outside organizations have spent more than $12.6 million on this year's LA Unified campaign. LA Unified's main teachers union is backing Zimmer. They've spent heavily to defend him and to support a candidate in another race in the East Valley.
Border Patrol agents picked up Claudia Rueda last month in Boyle Heights. Her arrest followed that of her parents in April. An immigration judge will decide if Rueda should be released on bond.
Brothers and sisters, my name is Alex caputo-pearl, as the president of United Teachers Los Angeles. Representing 33,000 educators across the entire city. We are here to say that los maestros y los maestros estamos con la gente, estamos con los estudiantes, estamos en la comunidad en contra de Donald Trump.
We must lead the struggle for a sustainable public education system by holding all publicly funded schools, district and charter, to common sense standards like equity and access for all students, transparency in all budgets, joint decision making, and unionization rights for all workers.
Board members, if there's no objection, so ordered. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.